bringing families together. You know,
and he
it's
like is so not interested in what I do. When I told him this today, he's like, "Are you kidding me? Why did you tell me?"
So your husband are like my kids.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Yes.
kids collectively, I have two sons, grown, 23 and 19. Collectively, I think they've seen 4 episodes of Seinfeld.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding.
Wait, that's a sin.
It's that. You know, when my older son first watched it, he was like 12 or 13. He said, "What is this Seinfeld thing?" I said, "Well, there's the DVDs. Go take a look."
Are you kidding me?
And he went, and I think he watched 2 episodes, and he came out, and I said, "What do you think?" He went, "You're kind of an asshole."
Wait, stop it. Wait, and here's the perfect part. You're essentially playing Larry David.
In very many ways.
In very many ways, which you're sort of essentially doing now in Fish in the Dark.
You bet. I've made a career following him.
Well, it's really, for me, it's, as a fan of yours, it's really fascinating to see your career come full circle.
Yeah.
Because you started on Broadway, and I think some of your Seinfeld fans don't realize that.
Right.
And now the man who
Took me away, brought
kind
me
of
back.
took you
Yeah.
away, brought you back.
Absolutely.
How's that, I mean, that's cool.
It's really lovely, and I can't think of a more fortuitous way to come back and do New York theater because the play works. It's terrific. It's fantastic. People love it already. It's a phenomenon in town, and I don't have any of the pressure of opening a Broadway show. There's no critics coming. There's no I hope it works. The box office isn't going to live or die. It's material that I know is going to work beautifully with a company of actors that are fantastic. So, they called. I went, "Am I stupid? Of course I have to do this. Of course I do."
Instantly, you said yes.
Yeah. The only caveat was I was engaged to do something else, and we had to unravel that. But everybody was fantastic about making that happen.
We know a little bit about Norman Drexel. What do you love about him, your character?
Well, the thing that, and it may be one of the things that I bring to the play that Larry sits above, is this is a guy who, what I love about him is he wants to be a good guy. He's a guy always trying to do the right thing. And it just gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. But unlike George, and even unlike Larry's character on Curb, who's not always trying to do the right thing, very often they're doing the most selfish thing.
Yeah.
Norman is not. Norman is trying to be a good son, a good husband, a good father, a good friend, a good brother, and he he just can't get a toehold anywhere.
Something just goes wrong.
Yeah, at every moment.
Which character is more like Larry, George or Norman?
They're both. Everybody asks me what is Larry really like. Yeah. Larry is much. It's kind of like talking about Howard Stern. There's the on-air guy, and then there's the guy that you meet when it goes off.
Howard Stern is a really nice guy.
Yeah,
but
and so
is
Larry. Larry is very sweet, very sensitive, and it's actually that sensitivity that I latched into with George. The reason George is a character that people kind of relate to is because he also has a very poor opinion of himself. At the same time that he has an overinflated ego, and they don't really sit well together, and it becomes very funny. But Larry has a very soft heart, and I think that is very present in the Norman character.
What's it like being inside the mind of Larry David? Because
it's very confusing in there. But it's also very liberating because you can say just about anything and do just about anything. It's the land of the uncomfortable, and you put on horns and you go into the china shop and you run around like a bull.
I love it. I know you have to go, so I'll just be super quick. But yeah. I know Larry has had some really odd jobs. I found out he was a bra salesman. I found out he was a cab driver. Are there any odd jobs on your resume that people don't know about?
Yeah, sure. I was a Baskin-Robbins worker. I sold puppies out of a mall. I had a couple of disgusting jobs at hospitals because my mother was the head of nursing at a hospital.
Which is the staging.
Yeah, I'm very much at home on this set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of bizarro jobs, but I started working as an actor when I was 14, and I was lucky enough to primarily be able to do that. So I don't have quite the resume of oddball jobs that other people do.
Any advice Larry gave you stepping into his shoes on Broadway?
He said, be funny.
Be funny.
That was his one bit of advice. Don't make it so serious that this becomes Death of a Salesman. And I thought that was very good advice.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a message to your kids.
Yeah.
Watch Seinfeld. Your dad is a legend. A legend.
They can stream it now, I understand.
Well,
the kids love the streaming thing. I don't understand the streaming. Yeah, I don't get it, but apparently it's available. God bless them.
I can't even believe that. Have they seen you here? Oh,
No.
Well, they wouldn't see you here because
No.
you haven't started yet.
Right.
Will they see you here?
Maybe. They're both working, they're counseling at a camp upstate, so they may try and hop in for a day and catch a matinee,
God bless.
but we'll see.
I'm going to see Larry on Wednesday and then tickets. So for.
Give me a few days.
Okay.
Don't come the first night. Don't be one of those vultures that has to be there the first night to go, well, you know, he wasn't.
For my husband's birthday,
Yes.
we're seeing Larry. For Father's Day, we're seeing you.
Very
So
good. That'll
just,
work.
Just provided
Yes,
this
very
doesn't,
good.
yeah. So